Cocoon Spawn Girls. Chapter 8. After admiring my room, I decided it had gotten a bit late. I figured I might as well go check out the baths in the community bathroom at this point. I grabbed my nightgown and put on my slides before heading out the door towards the bath. I hadn't thought to order a towel, so hopefully that wouldn't be an issue. Now that I think about it, I didn't really think about buying shampoo, conditioner, or any cleaning product. I really hope this won't end up being an issue. I make my way down to the end of the hall and through the archway. The archway hallway leads into a nicely sized restroom, 5 stalls and 4 sinks. Walking past them, you enter a small curtain and find yourself in a small room with both walls having shelves with small baskets in them. There is a bench to sit down on in front of each shelf as you undress. I place my nightgown in one of the baskets, then begin to pull off my blouse and skirt. As I drop my worn clothes into another basket, I notice there's someone else's clothes in another basket. Someone else must already be in there taking a shower or bath. On top of the shelves are a pile of white towels. I grab one and wrap it around myself, covering myself up as I pull back the second curtain and enter into the steamy bath area. I don't hear any running water, so I begin to wonder if maybe someone had just forgotten their clothes. Then a voice calls out to me from the corner. "Hey kid, long time no see!" I turn around to see a large bath with fancy rocks surrounding it. Lying back in it is a bandaged figure. It doesn't take me even a second to recognize it as Tiki. I reach for my whiteboard just to realize I hadn't brought it in with me. I freeze up, not sure what to do. I want to talk to her. I do, but I don't know how. "Everything okay over there?" she calls over again. I sheepishly walk over and wave my hands, greeting her. She looks at me and makes a "oh" expression. "Ah, can't bring that paper notebook in the steamy bath, huh?" She motions at me to join her. "Don't worry about it. Come sit next to me. Then I can just charade what you're saying out of you." I nod, stepping into the bath with one foot. The fancy bath is deeper than I thought. The corner of my towel dips into the water as I step. Tiki laughs beneath her bandages. "Just drop the towel. Don't want it getting wet, do you? We're all girls here after all." She giggles again. "Well, whatever we are." I hadn't been naked in front of anyone before. Minus, I guess, those doctors when I first emerged from my cocoon. I felt shy about letting anyone else see me. Was this embarrassment? Or shyness? A hand gently grabs onto my arm, gripping the towel edge. "Don't be scared. Drop that towel and you can dive right under the water. With all this steam, you can barely see anyone below the water. I swear." I pull my towel off of myself, holding it in front of me, still covering my front side. I then, as quickly as I can, thrust the towel off to the side, tossing it towards the side outside the bath. Then darting forward towards Tiki, trying to get neck deep in the bath. That was what I was trying to do, at least. After tossing the towel, I took my first step fully into the bath and immediately slipped forward, heading straight for the rocks on the other side of the bath. Then, suddenly, something soft wrapped around me, knocking me to the side, sending me crashing beneath the warm water. I immediately shot up above the water, gasping for air as I steadied my breathing. Rubbing my eyes, I could see Tiki pulled her arm away from me, stepping back. Had Tiki leaped up to catch me? Then that soft was Tiki. "Be careful, Sophie. The floor can get a little slippery from product people use, plus skin treatment material building up on the floor." Tiki was standing above the water now. I could see how her bandages continued across her whole body. I knew they were along her face, and even for her arms, but to see them wrap around her stomach, down in between her legs, a new level of understanding now hit me. She must have seen that I was staring and dropped back down below the water, lying back against the rock like she had been before. I tried to think of a way to say thank you. I ended up just making a lot of different bowing motions and strange moves, but Tiki seemed to get the message as she smiled at me. She raised a hand out from below the water, touching her face. "Watch this, Sophia." She flattened her hand on her chin, then moved it away downward till she was holding it out towards me. "This means thank you. I don't know a ton of sign, but I know that one." I can't help grinning as I recreate moving my hand from my chin outward towards her. It feels so cool to finally learn a sign. Tiki sinks below the water again. "Since you don't know any signs, we might as well get you a waterproof writing device for when you're in here. You never know what you might need to say or ask something." I nod in agreement. "Want me to wash your hair for you? It can be a bit challenging to really get used to how to properly clean long hair. I assume your hair wasn't this long before, yeah?" I move through the bath and sit down in front of her, pulling all my hair up and behind me to make it easier for her to access. I'm suddenly grabbed and pulled back by Tiki. "Come on, I won't bite. Get over here." I can feel her skin pressing against mine as she gets me into a good position. She feels very warm. As I feel her skin, I can make out rough patches. I almost turn to see what it is, but stop myself to be respectful. Perhaps below those bandages she's got some bad injuries that haven't healed cleanly. Tiki pulled out a pump bottle of some sort of white pearly shampoo. She pumps some into her palm before beginning to lather it into my hair. She runs her fingers through my hair. It feels nice until she hits a tangle and has to fidget with it to break it up. Her fingers glide across my scalp. She must have a lot of practice doing this. I think back to hearing she had once been on Elemental Guardian Montavia. I'd known that team for at least 3 years, and she hadn't been on it. Just how long had Tiki been a magical girl? How long has she been building up her skills as a woman? She began making circles in my deeper hair, rubbing shampoo into my scalp. Your hair is so lovely, Sophia. It's so soft. Don't let it get matted or hurt from neglect. Hair is a girl's secret weapon, and you're going to want yours looking its best, especially in these early days where you're finding your new identity in the public's eye. I can't nod as she still has my hair, so I hold a thumbs up above my head. Water is suddenly pouring over me. My hair flattens and covers my eyes as water passes over it. Tiki has poured a bucket of bath water over me, washing out the shampoo. Sorry, Sophia. I should have warned you. Any git in your eyes? She leans in closer to me, her eyes passing by the side of my face to check my eyes are okay. Satisfied, she returned back to her previous position. Time for some conditioner. She reaches forward for the other pearly pump bottle, but it rests just outside her grasp. She shifts even more forward, her chest pressing up on me as she reaches just enough to get her fingers around it. There we go. She happily sat back down, pumping the conditioner into her hand. Tiki is certainly older than me. Tiki spoke up again as she rubbed the conditioner along my long locks. Are you settling in okay? I heard you had some fun ordering yourself all sorts of items for your room today. I'm just hoping everything is going okay for you. She sighed. I know it can be a big leap having to suddenly adjust to not just a new life, but a new body, new responsibilities, new everything. I'm here for you, and our other teammates are too. We are all going to be the closest of friends, so I hope you can come to rely on us, especially when you're missing everything you once had. Everything, huh? It's true. There was so much excitement in shopping and being rushed around from place to place. I hadn't really mourned my old life. I feel okay. I don't feel bad. But I do wish I could have said goodbye to my parents. It's all happening so suddenly. One second I'm at school, the next in a hospital. I wonder if I have a tombstone somewhere. They think I'm dead. So either they cremated me, or they buried a false me. Both of those are quite sad. I reached behind me and clasped my hand around Tiki's, causing her to pause putting on the conditioner in my hair. She smiles as she held my hand. We sat there holding hands for a moment before I let go, and she returned to applying. Was it by design that I have no memories of my old name, or most of my old life? Is it possible for them to keep me from feeling the depths of my sorrow by removing the key memories to treat my old life as gone? I might never have those answers. Tiki finished applying the conditioner, and now was rubbing my scalp. As she did, she began chatting again. So have you met any of the other teammates yet? I suppose you can't say, but I might as well give them both an introduction for you when you meet them. The first is Clarice. She's this adorable shy type, totally the type guys would find mysterious and fun to hit on. However, her ability kinda messes with their image. Its name's King. It's a hand puppet. She never takes him off, and so her image goes from cool mysterious to creepy stalker girl type. Tiki splashes water, hitting it with her fist. And don't think I haven't tried to remove King. The guy is as good as glued to her, and he'll attack you if he thinks you're a threat. He's not even the cute sort of puppet. He's this creepy, goofy alien and... Tiki clears her throat, realizing she was ranting. Anyway, he allows Clarice this ability to create gravitational poles. It's kind of hard to explain, but you'll understand it when you see it. She stopped, picking up the bucket of water again. Ready for me to pour? I nod, and she did. Water flows over me, dousing me again. Our other teammate is Marcia. She's an outdoorsy type, like the type of girl who you'd see joining the boys' soccer team for help during practice. That's all to say, she's pretty athletic, and probably the most straightforward of the four of us. Tiki stood up and reached over to a bucket just outside of the bath, sitting back down, now holding a plastic hairbrush. She began brushing my wet hair as she continued talking. Marcia's power is one that, when activated, transforms her into a more animal form. This form has boosted speed and strength, as well as being marketable, I'm told. I turn around and point to her, hoping she'd understand I want to hear about her. She looks at my extended finger for a moment before getting what I want. Oh, of course. Well, you know I'm Tiki, she smiled. I'd call my normal self the pretty protective type, always trying to keep my friends from getting into trouble. Like, I'd be the one telling everyone we need to meet up and get our summer homework done, because I know none of you ever even started on it. Well, that's me normally. As I am now, I think my bandages kind of force a more mysterious character on me. Like, I must be hiding something crazy. She looked down at me as she continued running the brush along my hair. What do you think? Think I got some gnarly curse tattoos under these bandages? Or maybe dragon scales? I shook my head back and forth quickly. That made her giggle. Well, my bandages in reality have to do with my power. A long time ago, when I was in a position you are now as a new girl, I got assigned to a team called Elemental Guardian Vontavia. Have you heard of them? I shyly nod. She smiled. Yeah, well, my friends did go on to be pretty popular, and MGI really loves them. I couldn't help feeling some sadness in that laugh. Well, like them, I have an elemental power. Paige has water, Ivy has her rocks, Holly has her wind, and me, I got fire. But Tiki's eyes look away, dropping from how excited they looked before. This power isn't really one you'd consider great. MGI certainly didn't think that the public needed to see any more of it after the reaction to some of our earlier fights. I tilted my head. I was invested to find out what it was about her firepower that could get her removed from a team built around being the elementals. Tiki held her hand out in front of her, hovering over the water. Watch this, kiddo. Her outstretched pointer suddenly lit on fire. Quickly, she dunked it into the water. When it came back up, I could see her pointer skin had burns on it. I freaked out and looked at her to see if she was freaked out as well, but she just gave me a smile. Pretty rough, huh? My bones are a never-ending fire support, so I could burn up in minutes. Lucky me, I've got skin. My skin gets in the way of the flames, pooling around it as it burns, maintaining a constant heat like a candle burns its wax. As you can see, based on the bandages, I can burn a lot. And my skin slowly heals back up to burn again next mission. I can understand why a magical girl who's constantly on fire, burning her skin off, isn't something MGI wants front and center for their marketing. Tiki could see how upset I was getting for her. She petted my head, smiling. No need to feel bad. My power is what it is. I can still help plenty of people with it by defeating spawns. And anyway, I don't mind the cool mysterious bandage look that bad. She shook her head, her hair flowing through the air. As you can see, I'm pretty good about not burning my hair off, so you won't see me burn so badly that I crumble over to ash, so don't worry. I wanted to hug her, to comfort her, if she really was hiding her own sadness, but I was too embarrassed by us both being naked to actually hug her. Instead, I just laid back on her, looking up at her eyes, and giving her my best smile. She smiled back, placing her brush down outside the bath. I really should be getting out, I think. Gotta get some rest for the busy day tomorrow. I tilted my head, unsure what she meant. You're all moved in. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to ask us to do something tomorrow. Call it your senior's intuition. Tiki stood back up, climbing over the bath's edge and wrapping a towel around herself. She turned back and waved goodbye before passing beyond the curtain, separating the rooms. I sat in the bath for a bit longer. I found my fingers running along my hair, admiring how soft and silky it was now. Tiki really was my senior, and in a not weird way, I almost felt like she must be the group mom. I felt very safe in her presence. Like as long as she was around, nothing is ever going to go wrong. Maybe I shouldn't put that all on her. She was just another magical girl, someone trying as hard as she can to stay alive and defeat the spawn. When we defeat all the spawn, I wonder what will happen to us next. Do we fight whatever it is in the sky watching us? Then what? I climb out of the bath, grabbing my towel and drying myself off. I tried to do that thing girls do in movies, and wrap another towel around my hair, but I couldn't figure it out, so I figured I must be missing something, so I gave up. I passed through the curtain and opened my basket to open up my nightgown and undergarments. I decided I was going to sleep in some of the new ones I had just bought. The underwear were pretty snug. It was pretty exciting, and the bra only needed a little fidgeting with the straps before they were comfortable. Pulling on my nightgown, I was ready to head back to my room. No one is in the hallway as I walked back to my door. Placing my finger on the pad, the light lit up green and the door opened. I tossed my dirty clothes into the corner and flopped down on my new bed. It was pretty comfy. I was pretty proud of all of my sheets and comforter choices. I got comfy and closed my eyes, trying to fall asleep. I ended up rolling around for 30 minutes before I decided sleeping in a bra was too annoying. It was just bugging me every time I rolled it slightly. Taking it off and tossing it towards the closet, I wondered if girls usually sleep with them on, or was this another rite of girlhood I stumbled onto? I was able to pass out now without any issue, drifting off into a deep, calm sleep. End of Chapter 8.